Okay, day 2 of prep week is the thing that scares everybody, and that is, oh my God, what do I eat? We all know that we're supposed to eat healthy things. We all know we need to eat more vegetables, but we all make it way more complicated than it needs to be. So I am going to simplify this into five simple steps of how to figure out your meal plan. So in most of the programs that we do, a lot of them are container programs and some of them are serving programs. So it'll tell you need 5 servings of vegetables or you need 5 green containers. So that's going to be spelled out in your meal plan that comes with your program. And all the programs have their own meal plan because they're all specific to the amount of activity and what's going on. So what you do here is you are going to, we did this yesterday, is where you find your meal plan is under the program materials. Now you might not be able to see this. Let me see if I can change the focus a little bit. So there's a program materials tab up here on your, when you go on your Beachbody On Demand, when you click on the workout that you're doing, and it will give you the meal plan. So this is 80 Day Obsession and this is the meal plan. I always recommend printing it, because it's nice to be able to, I like to write on things, I like to be able to scribble, I like to be able to figure things out. So I always print them. Print them in color, especially because the containers are color coded. Makes it more difficult if you print them in just black and white. You can still do it, but it's easier if you print them in color. Also, print your container food list guide. This one I did not do in color, and I wish I had. But this gives you all the foods that go in all the colored containers. So all your food groups. These are the recommended foods for that food group or that container, and they are listed from best to least best. But if it's on the list, it's fair game. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff that is on the bottom of this list that I'm like, it's on the list, I'm eating it. So you're going to figure that out. So step 1 is to find your meal plan, print it out along with the container count. Step 2 is to figure out what bracket you fall into. Now, with all the programs, and I should know where my other one is here. Hang on a second. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is my Lift 4 plan, which I printed out, which I always do. And in every program, it gives you a way to figure out what bracket you're supposed to be eating in. Should you be eating at the lower end of the bracket? Should you be eating at the higher end of the bracket? And usually it's based on your starting weight and a few factors that go into it. So this Lift 4 program was really simple. There was no calculation. It basically was, if you're 168 pounds or less, you eat in this bracket. If you're 168 to 195, you eat in the next bracket, and so on and so forth. So what I want to say about brackets is you'll do your calculation and it'll give you a formula and it'll tell you what bracket you're supposed to be eating in. This is a starting point. We are all so different, and some people can eat more and some people feel better when they eat less, and it all depends. So don't ever think that just because I fall in this bracket that is all that I can eat and I feel like shit when I'm eating that way, pardon my French, that's okay, because that's what the paper says. This is a starting point, and this is where you are going to figure out and tailor it to you from there. So step 2 is to figure out what bracket you're in. Now you've done that, you need to take note of the serving counts or containers. So I'll use this one. So Lift 4. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 6 different brackets. So I am 168 pounds or less, and because I've been doing this long enough, I know that plan A is never a plan that I will eat in, because I eat way too much food for that plan, just my body type and the way that I know that my body works. That's not enough for me. So I bump it up to the next one. And so that'll tell me that it's 4 green, which is your vegetables, 4 proteins, which is red. So that's like chicken, fish, whatever, and beef, pork, eggs, all protein things, Greek yogurt. And then we have 3 fruit, which is purple, 3 carbs, which is yellow. We have healthy fats, seeds and dressings, which is orange, healthy fats are blue, and then we have teaspoons, which are nut butters and other oils and stuff. So now that we know that, So we're like, great, this is what I'm supposed to eat. Now what? So then we go into step 4. So then what I do with that is, so I know that this is how many containers I need to eat a day. That's what I'm going to eat in the day. So now I know that I eat breakfast, I have a snack in the morning, I eat lunch. I have a snack in the afternoon, which is always my shake, and then I eat supper. And that's how my day goes. And some days if I know I'm not going to have a snack, I'll eat more at breakfast. So I get all my containers in, but it works with my schedule. So if you're somebody who doesn't have time in the morning, you eat breakfast and then you go straight to lunch and you don't have time for a snack, don't schedule a snack in there just because it's on the list. It's not going to serve you. You're not going to be able to do that. So you really have to tailor it to you and how your life works out. So what I did, and I wrote this all out for you, and it's on a piece of paper, and I wrote out what containers are going to go in which meal. And I should probably know that off by heart, but so I know how many I need for the day, and now I'm going to split that up. So I split up my breakfast. I'm going to have 1 protein, which is a red. And you'll start to talk in colors when you talk about food if you're using the container system, because that's the easiest way. So it's a red, a yellow, and a fruit. So that's going to be my breakfast. I know I'm going to do that. So I go through, I know I'm going to have 5 little meals, and I'm going to split them all up, and I'm going to put my containers into those meals. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill those containers or those servings with foods from the food list that I printed and that I lost somewhere in my pile. I'm going to take those containers and I'm going to fill them with foods that I like. So don't be filling your green container with kale if you hate kale. Don't do it, because you're not going to stick with it. So if you love cauliflower and you love broccoli, put that in your green container. What else is on my green list? There's so many things. Like kale is at the top of the list, and that's great. But if you don't like kale, let's go down to the bottom of the list and let's do like mushrooms. You love mushrooms? Cut them up and eat them. Jicama is on there, which is my favorite vegetable of all time. It's lower on the list, but if that's going to get me eating vegetables, I'm going to eat the things that I like. So don't ever fill your containers with things that you don't like. And I mean, it sounds really silly to even say that, but it's true, because so many times we're like, well, that's what it says and that's what the best is. And, okay, great, I can do it one time. But if it's not something that you're going to be able to continually do, then what good is it, right? It's not going to help you if you're just doing it for 1 week. So then we just split it up. So I'll tell you what my day looks like. And I have to look at this because sometimes I don't remember. So breakfast, I always have the same thing. Always, always, always. And lots of times I don't have a snack in the morning. So I'll have a massive breakfast. I usually have 2 eggs, or 3 if they're small. 2 eggs, yogurt, so there's 2 proteins there. And I have toast or oatmeal, so that's a starch. And I have fruit of some sort, whether it's frozen cherries or half an apple or something. Strawberries I put into my yogurt, or I put it into my oatmeal. So that's a fruit, so that's my breakfast. But for this example, and you'll see it, what I would suggest, if you're following bracket B and those are the number of containers that you need, I would have 2 eggs, toast, and a fruit for breakfast. Simple, right? Like, that's so easy. Grab half an apple, a small apple, a banana, whatever's on this fruit list that you like. I love frozen cherries. Like, it almost feels like it's a treat to me. So I'll have those in the morning, and it's like perfect. So for snack, we decided in step 4 that we were going to have a veggie and a healthy fat. So that could be something as simple as baby carrots and hummus. Done. Easy to pack, grab and go, you're good to go. Lunch is often one of my bigger meals, so I will use 2 green containers of mixed greens and just make this big beautiful salad. I put in some quinoa for my starch, so there's a yellow, and chicken or whatever the protein is left over from the night before. That's how I do it, because it needs to be simple. It needs to be simple and easy to follow, and that's what I like to do. And then I'm going to throw in some pumpkin seeds, and so that's an orange container, and I'm going to use a teaspoon of olive oil or glug, whatever, and some balsamic vinegar as my dressing. And then that's super simple. I can pack that on my way out the door, and it's easy to go. Afternoon snack, when I get home, I always have my shake because that's like my afternoon pick-me-up. It keeps me out of the fridge at supper time. So that is as simple as a red, which is a protein. Your Shakeology is always one red, and whatever else you put into it. So if I put half a banana and a teaspoon of peanut butter, that's so good. It's chocolate, banana, and peanut butter. And I mix that up, and that's my afternoon snack. And then for supper, the containers I have left is a red, a green, a yellow, and another fruit. So you get dessert, which is my fruit, and then you would have like a protein, whatever it is. So say roast chicken, steamed broccoli, and roasted potatoes. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, whatever. They're on the list. And then a fruit for dessert, and that's it. And that's your day. So you're like, okay, my containers are done. Perfect. Now you don't need to be eating anything else tonight. You know that you've eaten everything that your body needs. And then tomorrow you can do the same thing. So find the things you love and plunk them into those containers. And just really keep it simple. Don't worry about making all these complicated recipes that, oh, I think that's half a container and I think that that's half a serving. When you're starting out, keep it as simple as you can. Fill your containers or your servings with things that you love or like or are going to try to like. And sometimes you need a few tries to figure out how you like it. And if you're going to make changes, you have to make changes. So, you know, sometimes we're like, oh, well, I don't like that. But maybe you just need to try it again and try it a different way and see if there's a way that you can make yourself like more vegetables, healthier options. Use real ingredients. Don't buy things that are already made. Yes, buy vegetables that are already cut up. You can buy spiralized sweet potatoes, zucchinis, those kinds of things. Always check the ingredients to make sure that there's not a bunch of junk in there, that it's the actual ingredient and doesn't have any preservatives or whatnot. And your body will thrive. Your body will thank you, and you will start to feel amazing, and you will be like, whoa, why did I take so long to do this? So I hope that was simple for you. So we'll just go over those 5 steps again. One more time so that you know what they are. So step 1, obviously you're going to find your meal plan under the program materials tab, print it out, print out your food container list so you know what foods are in which group. And that's step 1. Step 2 is you're going to figure out what bracket you're going to eat in. And this is a starting point again. You're going to see how you feel and you're going to adjust. Sometimes you're like, whoa, too much food. I can't handle that. I need to work my way up. Sometimes you're gonna be like, it's not nearly enough. I'm starving. Then we're gonna add in more vegetables, or we're gonna bump you up to the next bracket and see how you feel in that. Step 3 is take note of how many servings of everything that you're gonna have in a day. Know that this is how many vegetables I need to eat in a day, how much protein, whatever. So you're gonna know that off by heart. Then you are going to split up your containers into your meals, into how your day works, not my day, your day, and whatever works best for you. And then you're going to fill the containers with things that you love to eat. That's it. And we're not going to complicate it. We're not going to make it hard. We're not going to tell ourselves, oh my God, this is so hard, or oh, I can't eat that. I can only eat this. Because you can eat whatever you want. And it's a choice, and it's an empowering choice to be able to eat the things that make your body healthy and make your body thrive. And when you can spin it that way, like you're just like, hallelujah, I love eating this way because it serves me, it serves my body, it serves my health. And it makes me feel good, it makes me look good, right? So super simple. Any questions, really post them and I will be happy to answer them.